when I was in university, I went to University of California in Berkeley, and I was a freshman, and I was studying. My major was integrative biology with the emphasis on human biodynamics and locomotion. So basically, the study of movement of the human animal, or humanimal, as I like to say. And a dorm mate of mine said, "Hey, come check out this workshop from a visiting teacher in town who was teaching martial arts. He was into martial arts, and of course Bruce Lee, etc. Right, this kind of culture." And at first, I'm like, I don't like fighting. And later on, we can discuss the difference between a fighter and a warrior. This kind of maybe difference in just this kind of training as an act or as a doing versus like it affecting your identity, your being, or even as a life way, a lifestyle. Eventually, it became the latter for me. It's been internalized, the philosophies and the principles of the martial path. And so back to the story, I went, I was convinced to go, and I was blown away because everything that I saw was everything that I studied academically, theoretically. Um, of course, we were doing some experiments like on insects and robotics, but in terms of especially the human form, uh, in the context of a very stressful situation, right, which is primal in our kind of species DNA, conflict, combat, that the instructor was able to demonstrate the uh, awareness, the balance, the coordination, the ABC of efficacious and efficient martial motion against the opponent. So within a couple seconds at most, every attack, of course, simulated as a demonstration. Don't really want to hurt each other. Um, was was just amazing, and so that kind of lit the spark within me as to the beginning of my encounter with martial arts. Um, and if I go back a little bit, one little episode, it was after I began teaching uh, that maybe a few years in, that I had a new student come in that felt very familiar to me. Of course, never met this student, and she was a very even though first timer, very intent. I could see the passion, I could see the meaning behind uh, the intention of the movement. And then after the class, I talked to her, say, "Oh, what brought you into class? How did you hear about us?" Those general kind of marketing questions. Maybe it's a flyer or something. So, so she shared, and then why did you come in? Not just what mode of the advertisement. So she said that she was attacked, um, and immediately it hit my heart. I was like, whoa! I even got emotional and maybe even a bit teary eyed. And she noticed. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's just I didn't know why at the moment, but I was really affected by her presence and her intention to come and learn to protect herself. And so it was afterwards where I meditated on it. It wasn't right away that I realized actually what that was. So of course I have this academic, more kind of biological interest of the human body. That's kind of the biological context. I was been fascinated about the human body and its just miracle of functions ever since I was younger too, in the library. Reading psychology, philosophy, anthropology, medicine. And I remember the first book that I asked my mom to buy me ever was Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, because I'm like, wow, like this deep understanding of theory, anatomy, and physiology, you can train, right, and have these results. I never became a bodybuilder, but it's just that transformation, that sort of alchemy, that really impressed me. And then I have the sociological context, which is the story of this young lady who came in, connected to my own personal story